What is up? We have another recipe video, Andrew's Kitchen, episode 9. We're going to be cooking healthy French toast. This is one of my go-to recipes when I'm trying to lose weight. Basically, eat it whether I'm trying to put on muscle, gain a little bit of weight, lose weight. You can eat it whenever you want. Super filling, super high protein. Going to show you how to make it. Very simple. This is Greg Doucette's recipe also, his anabolic French toast. So all props to you, Greg. If you haven't checked out his channel, you definitely should. Greg Doucette. I got a ton of good information on fitness, nutrition, all that good stuff. So as I mentioned, this is going to be probably a fairly quick recipe. So yeah, healthy French toast. So as we know, I mentioned in the last video I posted yesterday, the spinach wraps. If you're trying to lose weight, got to eat in a calorie deficit. End all be all. If you ever lost weight in your entire life, you were in a calorie deficit, whether you knew it or not. So say at maintenance, throughout the day, you burn 2,500 calories. In order to lose a pound a week, you need to be in a 500 calorie deficit a day. You don't have to lose weight that quickly. You can be in a 200, 300 calorie deficit a day. You also don't have to be in the same calorie deficit every day. Some days, maybe you can handle a 700 calorie deficit, and then other days you can eat at maintenance. So it depends. Like some days you might be feeling hungrier, some days you might not be feeling as hungry, and you can vary the amount of calories you eat based on that. So at the end of the day, calorie deficit in order to lose weight. So mentioned in the last video, if you're trying to lose weight, realize I have to be in a calorie deficit. Say you can eat 2,000 calories a day and you will consistently begin to lose weight over time. Don't get too hung up if you don't lose it at first, in the first week. Over time, give it a month or two. If you're losing weight by then, you're in a calorie deficit, you're sticking to your calories. If you haven't lost weight after a month or two, you're probably just not in a calorie deficit. So what you realize if you start eating a certain amount of calories, be in a calorie deficit, if you're eating foods you typically eat, sometimes high calorie dense foods, you're really focused on whole foods, which is amazing. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot of clean foods, but at the same time, you'll realize that if you're eating certain types of foods that are higher calorie dense and you can only eat 2,000 calories a day, you're gonna be pretty hungry after a week or two of doing that. So that's where volume eating comes in. This is maximizing the amount of volume of food you eat, which fills up your stomach. So you can't, if your stomach is super full, it's really hard to eat much more. So if you're eating low calorie dense foods, fill up your stomach, high volume, that don't have as many calories, you'll be able to stay full on fewer calories. So this is a relatively high volume meal, this healthy French toast. So without further ado, first thing, basically the ingredients are egg whites, some sort of sweetener. You don't need it. If you don't handle sweetener well, your stomach doesn't handle it well, just don't use it, or use like a tiny bit of sugar, I guess. But people freak out about artificial sweetener. Think of it like dairy or gluten. Some people handle dairy and gluten totally fine. Some people don't. Dairy and gluten inherently aren't going to make you fat, just like artificial sweeteners. They don't have any calories. They have a few trace calories potentially, but way, way, way fewer calories than sugar. So don't get too hung up on like the fact people think it's going to give you cancer. There have been numbers of studies proving that aspartame, all the sweeteners, don't cause cancer. So you're at a much higher risk of dying if you're extremely overweight. So you're better off, eating foods like this, losing a little bit of weight, than worrying about artificial sweeteners. So egg whites, sweeteners, cinnamon, bread. I have a few different breads here. I'll show you those when I get to them. But basically all you do is dump a container of egg whites in here. Add some cinnamon. Cinnamon has very few calories. I basically just cover the top layer, kind of just sprinkle some on. It's probably like 50 calories worth, 40, 50 calories worth. And I just take some sweetener, add a little bit of sweetener in there. It's probably about 5 grams. I've measured it before. I always get worried halfway through these that I'm not recording, so I'm just gonna check. Yeah, all right. Okay, so you add those 3 things in, take a fork, just mix it up until it's bubbly. I'll show you what it looks like here. Like this. See, it's starting to get bubbly. So basically, you just keep mixing it until it's all mixed in there. Scrape it off the sides a bit. And then, all mixed, we're gonna take our bread. So I'm gonna be using this Sara Lee 45 calories per slice bread. It's fairly smaller bread, but I wanted to take a second to explain this. So when you're eating, you need to eat in a calorie deficit to lose weight. You wanna maximize the amount of volume you're eating for a certain amount of calories. So eating 2,000 calories, you wanna eat as much volume as you can so you can stay full and not, go up to 4,000 calories per day, because it's really easy to do if you're not careful. But anyway, so this bread is 45 calorie. This bread, which I actually use quite often, is from Walmart. It's the cheapest bread you'll probably find. It's 88 cents per loaf. It is 70 calories per slice. The slices are a little bit bigger, but 70 calories per slice. And then just as an example, this is some sweet Hawaiian bread. I may make this with French toast, but at some point, just like for a treat. But this is 160 calories per slice. So 160, 70 calories per slice, 45 calories per slice. So if you're trying to lose weight, you're probably better off going with a lower calorie bread option. And all of these are white breads. Don't get too hung up on like the wheat, like whole wheat breads. Like they might have a little bit more fiber. Yes, they're like whole wheat, whatever. But at the end of the day, they have basically the same amount of calories. And if your goal is weight loss, eat the one that tastes better to you. Eating whole wheat bread over white bread is not gonna make or break almost anything about your life or your health in any way. If you prefer white bread over wheat bread, go with the white bread. So we are gonna take the Sara Lee bread here. So I have 2 slices here. Just gonna use this as an example, but I basically just toss them in, mix them in there. Just gonna soak both of them. Actually, I'll take 4 as an example. So just soak all of them in there, and then I'm gonna try and carry all of this over here. We're gonna go over here. See, we have this pan here. Here, let me just, hopefully you can see everything. I'm gonna take some oil spray. This is already hot, I already heated it up. Just do a few sprays. It's approximately, so it says 0 calories on these. It is not 0 calories. It's approximately 10 calories per 1 second spray. So be careful, it's not 0 calories. Because the serving size is 1/4 spray, they're allowed legally to say that it's 0 calories because they can round down if, there's 753 servings in just this thing. So yeah, if you're doing a 1/4 spray, it's probably 2 calories. They're allowed to round that down. So don't get too caught up in that. Per second, it's about 10 calories. So just be mindful of that. We have this sprayed. We're gonna take the French toast that we placed in here and just lay it on the pan. Yeah. Now yeah, I am. You can come in though, it's fine. Now depending how long you let these soak and how many egg whites soak up this bread, it's going to make the calories vary. So I actually already made some, and for reference, this is with the 45 calorie bread. It was approximately 35 calories worth of egg whites. So it came out to, per slice, approximately 80 calories and 9 grams of protein. Egg whites are basically pure protein, so protein is very satiating. It's also, I'll just leave it at that. Protein is very satiating, helps with muscle building. So if you're trying to lose weight and maintain or build muscle, having an adequate amount of protein is important, probably at least 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. 0.5 grams is fine. But again, even getting up to 1 gram per pound of body weight is gonna help satiate you because protein is very satiating. So basically what I do now is I leave these on here for a few minutes, flip them over, take them off. And what they end up looking like, because I'm doing 1 cut here, is this. So as I mentioned, per slice, about 80 calories. Actually, I'm gonna take a second just to do a thumbnail here. All right, that'll probably be my thumbnail. So anyway, oh man, so good. One last thing, when you are eating these, one sec. So when you are eating these, I prefer using sugar-free syrup, and I'm just gonna do a quick comparison. So this is original syrup, sugar-free syrup. Serving size is 2, so in the eyes of weight loss and being able to more easily be in a calorie deficit, we wanna maximize volume, minimize calories. So things like syrup, this is original syrup, 100 calories per 2 tablespoons. In this entire bottle, there is 2,400 calories in original syrup. Syrup is incredibly high calorie dense. Sugar-free syrup, instead of using regular sugar, they're using artificial sweeteners. Again, artificial sweeteners, not gonna cause cancer, not gonna kill you. But in this, there are 15 calories per serving. 100 calories per serving, 15 calories per serving. So in the entire bottle, 24 servings, there are 360 calories. In this bottle, 2,400 calories in this bottle. And some sugar-free syrups have 5 calories per serving, which would make it 120 calories in the whole bottle. So 120 calories versus 2,400 calories, that's gonna make a massive difference. You can have more syrup and hardly even add any calories to your diet. So using sugar-free syrup is gonna be another major key. I think they taste basically the same. Certainly not worth the original syrup. It doesn't taste that much better that it's worth the 2,400 calories per bottle or 100 calories per serving. And it's only 2 tablespoons serving, 2 tablespoons for 100 calories. It's like not very much syrup at all. You're probably using way more than that. So anyway, that is healthy French toast. Super great for weight loss, building muscle. Yeah, I didn't wear a shirt in this video because I didn't feel like wearing a shirt. It's also, I don't know, just like I stay in pretty good shape and I eat stuff like this that I post, all the recipes I post. So it's kind of like an ad for this type of stuff. And it's, you know, I'm able to build muscle. I'm able to lose weight when I want. It makes it so much easier. Like losing weight doesn't have to be this incredibly difficult thing. You can make some simple swaps, like, you know, using 45 calorie bread versus 160 calorie bread. And it's gonna make a huge difference, such a big difference. Like just making a handful, 5, 10, 15 little swaps throughout the day could be the difference between you gaining more weight and losing weight. So with that being said, I hope if you tried this recipe, let me know, tag me in your Instagram stories and I'll repost it. Let me know what you think, comment down below what you think, other recipes you want me to try. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the French toast. If you try it, again, Greg Doucette's French toast. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Talk to you later. Peace.